In this lesson, we will learn how to create a link from one page to another that users can click or tap on to follow. In front of you is a very simple example page that I've created for this lesson. You can see that this page has nothing more than a header and a paragraph. Our goal for this lesson is to make the words favorite colors a link that users can tap or click to go to a new page. Let's take a quick look at our text editor to view the code that's creating this sample page. You can see that we have a paragraph. Welcome to the home page. Learn more about my favorite colors. So if we want the words favorite colors to be a link, we will wrap it inside a new element. Just as HTML has codes to create a header or a paragraph, in those cases H1 or P, HTML has a very easy to remember code to create a link. Sometimes we also refer to a link as an anchor. So the code for a link or an anchor is simply A. So just like we would create any other element, bracket A, there's the start tag. And then if we want the element to end here, we would include a closing tag. Now if I save the changes and then refresh in the web browser, we will see absolutely nothing change. That's because we need to add an attribute to this element. In other words, we need to tell this link where the new page lives or what we're linking to. So let's imagine that I will create a new page named favoritecolors.html. Let's link to that. Inside this start tag, we'll create an attribute named href, and we'll give it a value of favoritecolors.html. Now this is your first time truly seeing an attribute in action. So if this syntax doesn't make sense, that's okay. We're going to review it in detail in just a moment. But for now, let's work on getting this link set up. So if I refresh in the web browser, we can now see that the word favorite colors is a link. It's blue and it has an underline. However, if I click it, we see that our browser cannot find the file. And that's because I have not yet created a new file named favoritecolors.html. So let's do that right now. There are many different options for creating a new page. We could create an entirely blank new page and type out this template from scratch, or we could simply duplicate our existing index page and then make a few adjustments. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just created a duplicate copy, and then I will rename this duplicate to favoritecolors.html because that's the name of the file that we've told this link to point towards. So now if we open up this duplicate copy named favoritecolors.html, we can just change the title to favorite colors page. Information about my favorite colors. Let's also adjust this paragraph text to read, I prefer cool colors. This includes blue, green, and certain shades of purple. So if I save in our browser now, if we go back to our index page and refresh, if we click on the favorite colors link, it takes us to the new page. You can see the text that we just typed. Now let's give ourselves another exercise. Let's create a link on this new page to go back to the home page. So let's hop back to our text editor, and this time let's review the syntax for creating a link in detail. So we'll create a link element and we'll say back to home page, and then we'll close the link or anchor element. Now the HTML attributes is something that we really want to pay close attention to. So inside the opening tag, we create an attribute named href. This stands for hypertext reference. It's telling the browser where we should point to once this link is clicked or tapped. So we include the name of the attribute and then an equal sign and then quotes, and then we just include the name of the file that we want to link to. So in this case, we want to link back to the home page, index.html. So to review very quickly, HTML attributes come in pairs. The first half of the pair is the name. In this particular instance, the name of the value that we're setting up is href, and the value is obviously index.html. So if I save and then refresh in the browser, you can see that the new page includes a link back to home page. If we click or tap that, we are obviously taken back to the home page. This means that we have successfully created a mini website. Our two pages are linked to one another, and it's very easy to navigate between the two of them. We could not have done this without HTML attributes. Attributes are what make certain HTML elements come alive. In this case, our link element needed the href attribute so it knew where to point to. However, as we will learn in future lessons, different elements require different attributes. Now, there's no sense in me showing you a huge list of every attribute at your disposal because there's no sense in memorizing that. Instead, throughout this course, we will learn that certain attributes are commonly associated with certain elements, and we will learn them as they become necessary. For the time being, I encourage you to open up your own text editor and experiment by creating several pages and creating links to and from the different pages. I want you to become super familiar with this syntax of code, creating attributes. In the next section of this course, we will learn how to add media to web pages. This includes things like images, audio files, and video files. That should be a lot of fun. I'll see you in the next section.